Gupta reporting from London. Vicki?
Morgan, this is a big debate. Experts have long argued over whether drinking in moderation helps or hurts your health. Well, a new government report released this week is reigniting the debate and creating a lot of confusion. It says moderate drinking may help you live longer, but it's also linked to an increased risk of breast cancer. NBC News medical analyst Dr. Vin Gupta joins us now. So, Dr. Gupta, walk us through these findings and how they can be seemingly so contradictory.
Yeah, well, Vicki, this goes back to the debate or the clarity to the public of lifespan versus health span. You can live longer, but you might actually be exposed to things like breast cancer that will cause that extended lifespan to be filled with, say, battling a chronic condition. So what did this study look at? It looked at a large group of people, Americans, adult Americans, dating back to 2010, and it looked at the association of moderate drinking. So 2 drinks for men, about 1 drink for women daily over the course of a week. And they looked at the association of that drinking with a variety of different conditions and the risk of dying from those conditions. So breast cancer, colorectal cancer, heart disease. It looked also at the increased risk of weight changes or Alzheimer's disease, a variety of different conditions. And what it found was that regardless of any cause, the risk of death was lower amongst those that participated in moderate drinking. However, to your point in the tee-up, it did show that there was an increased risk of breast cancer specifically. There's some good news with also some guarded news, and I think it's that difference between lifespan and health span we have to really key in on.
So interesting. So I guess the question is, how much weight do we give to this report, these findings, compared to other studies about drinking that we've learned about in the past?
It's my take. I'm a pulmonologist. I'm here outside an ICU. And what I have seen is that if people engage in moderate drinking of, say, for example, red wine, might make some red wine lovers out there happy. I do think that there's some benefits, and that is what the bulk of the research has shown, that perhaps there's benefits to improving HDL cholesterol, reducing bad cholesterol, maybe reducing the risk of blood clots, but it's moderate. And yet, you might also open yourself up to the chance of breast cancer if you're a woman, or potentially even colorectal cancer. So you might live longer, but you also might end up having to battle some conditions like cancer while reducing the risk of other conditions like heart disease. So it's a mixed bag. And I think that's what we're going to find as we look more into this topic. Some benefits, some cons with moderate drinking. And oh, by the way, that's pretty much everything in life, Vicki. There's going to be some benefits, some cons, and we're going to have to make our own individual risk assessment.
I think the advice that I'm asking for as we all head into the holidays, when people do want to drink, they do want to indulge, what are some best practices? And oh, by the way, if you want to extend your lifespan, red wine isn't the only way to do it, right?
That's right. So when it comes to, say, alcohol drinking, this is what I recommend. First of all, make sure you're hydrated. Make sure if you're going to partake in drinking, say, a beverage, that you do so when you're eating something that has protein, watery vegetables like tomatoes that are going to fill you up. Do not drink on an empty stomach, and try to have some sort of exercise after you eat, especially a big meal over the holidays. And exactly to your point, healthy lifestyle means all the things you, myself, and Morgan talk about all the time. Making sure you get 150 minutes of aerobic exercise every single week, making sure that you have a balanced plate in front of you 3 times a day. We could talk about this endlessly, but if you're going to partake moderate drinking and do so on a full stomach or when you're eating, so you really mitigate over drinking, which is what we're really worried about, too much drinking.
We always appreciate your practical advice. Dr. Vin Gupta, thank you so much.
Well, Elf is one of the most popular Christmas movies, and right now it's on Broadway, bringing an